good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. And I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are in the world. So much love to you all, my delicious little babies. Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by. And I hope that you too are having a super duper and delicious time wherever you are in the world. So kiss for you as well, my delicious little babies. Okay, the weather in our neck of the woods in the old UK, tiny bit windy, dry. It's not so cold at the moment, although, we have experienced much better Mays, okay, than we are this year, okay. The weather seems to be very zuzzum up and down, doesn't it? Our delicious little babies. Anyway, but that's in our neck of the woods in the old UK. It could differ in other parts, okay. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, beam me up, my juicy little lads. Thank you, little lads, you're delicious and brat. Now then, if you do enjoy the video today, if you could please click on the like. For others of you, please feel free to subscribe. For others of you, if you want to leave a comment, it's also welcomed as well. Now then, so I just want to talk about one little thing first while it's on the old noddle, and then I want to talk about something else. As you all very well know, I have plenty to say, okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, I want to get back to this again, this face recognition, okay. Now I have mentioned things, on my other videos, okay, here and there, okay. Of course, we know a long time, there we go, we know a long time about these things, you know what I mean? For those of us who are paying attention, okay, like I even said to you, didn't I? I said there's one young lad who lives in another road from myself, and he was not even aware, okay? He wasn't even aware. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, somebody's just sent me a message, my delicious little babies, okay, I'll get back to them shortly. Now then, God bless them. Now then, sorry, let me just get back to that. So yes, so the thing is this, right? He wasn't even aware, that young lad, that there was a camera, on a lamppost with a light. Do you see what I'm saying? Wasn't even aware of it. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, so it's not only he, God bless him. It is, thousands upon thousands of others. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? Now then, something I want to say. So if we look at this, other than looking at the obvious that they're flipping spying on us all, okay? Nobody likes to be spied on, do we? My delicious little babies, no. Another thing that I'm thinking, like if the old Bill go to arrest somebody, this was, also on the old noddle. So say they go to arrest somebody, yes, if somebody's committed a crime, okay? Well, if we look at this another way, with what the old Bill have been doing as well, which is, arresting somebody who has not done a thing wrong, and of course, with the fingerprints. They've been doing this long time, decades, they've been flipping with the old fingerprints and that. Yes, they have. Do you know what I mean? I know that myself. Do you know what I mean? Put it that way. Anyway, well, the thing is, right, is that if you look at it, they cannot just... shall we say, because for the average, they will not want to give, say, their fingerprints or their photograph or something like that. So what better way, okay, to do this another way, do you see? Which means wrongfully arresting, there we go, somebody, okay, so that they can get the fingerprints, and that's another way. Do you see what I'm saying, to my delicious babies? That doesn't mean no, by the way, I had an itchy ear. So that's my thoughts on this, my delicious little babies. So, we have to look at other things here. But of course, in old China, they've been doing this long time as well. Do you see what I mean? For those of us who are awake and following things. So that's no disrespect or me being rude to anybody who is not. What this simply comes down to, my delicious little babies, is paying, there we go, more attention to things. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is what we get back to again, where ones have been dumbed down. Do you see? Just to look to the floor, just not to, do you know what I mean? I've been going on about the zuzzum. I've known long time years about this. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. But at the end of the day, when you explain to others, they're just simply not, for some, God bless them, not all, they're just not understanding this. They just think, oh, you know, it's just a tiny little plane. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Oh, one other thing I just want to say before I jumped in my juicy and delicious little shower. Well, we had it yesterday, okay, after I did my video. Yesterday there was a helicopter, you know, just circling. And then this morning, okay, it was flying so flipping super duper low, it's unreal. Okay, just strange things happening in this time, okay, and it's all been within the old, especially 3 years, yes. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Now then, I put up a tiny little video yesterday, right, because I was out and about doing other things, right, and I listened to this video with Dr. John Campbell, you know, to do with this international health regulations. So I apologise to anybody if I never said good morning, good afternoon or good evening. Do you understand what I mean? I was just in no mood after listening to that video. Not Dr. John Campbell, no. He was giving out the information, God bless, okay? What I was angry about, right, is it this poxy flipping WHO, World Health Organisation. So I'm going on to another subject now, my delicious little babies, right? Well, you know, a flipping Director General. Well, who is he when he's at that's what we want to know, my delicious little babies. Now, I posted the video out to everybody, okay? I'm not too sure who's looked at it, and I'm not too sure who has not. I do not really pay the attention. I just sort of put out the video and then I just delete. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But to me, it's exactly as Dr. John Campbell, sorry, God bless. It's exactly as what he said. It's like the WHO, right? It's like they want to be thinking for all of us globally. I mean, at the end of the day, how effing dare they? How dare they? I mean, who do the flipping damn well think they are? Do you know what I mean? To be telling us globally. Do you see? Now, again, we're getting back to this, you know, it's the same old, isn't it? My delicious little babies. It's the same old. What it is, they're wanting to gain this control, yes, and obviously changing the words. It's got nothing to do with the public health. Nothing at all to do with this. Do you see what I mean? It's just like they want to say, just like the flipping did with the old flipping lockdowns. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, that they can just, say that something is an emergency. There we go. Whenever they effing well flipping feel like it, the pieces of shite that they are. And why isn't the mainstream media, the putrid pieces of shite, why are they not flipping discussing this? I wonder. And really, others, God bless, should also be effing wondering why. It really angered me, you know, my delicious little babies. You know, for somebody else to tell us about our health. How flipping effing dare they? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But again, what this comes down to, my delicious little babies out there, yes, what this really comes down to is that we just stand together. I've been saying this a long time. And other delicious little babies out there, not in that way, not in that way, they have been saying this long time. Do you see? But this is the problem that we've got. We've got more who are waking up, like I said, okay? You got others, you know, because you got the stirring stage. Do you see what I'm saying? I was done saying this on other videos, okay? The fact of the matter is this. You got others who are just completely flipping dumbed down. You know, there's just no chance, God bless them, of flipping standing up for any rats. Do you see what I mean? Because you see, and another thing that comes into it that you know seems to worry others, like say if they've got mortgages or jobs or things like this. At times like this, we need to flipping put it all aside and stand up to these flipping beasts. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. Do you see? Because we could just put a stop to all of this. I mean, they just do not give a damn of how many over the decades that they've made sick, poorly. They do not give a damn, God bless, of the lives that were lost in this 3 years, and it's still continuing. God bless everybody, okay, that this is concerning. They haven't given a damn about, God bless them as well, about all the suicides. Because God bless the beautiful, dear little souls, you know, because they simply just could not cope with life. And who's causing this, my delicious little babies? They are damn well bloody causing all of this. And, you know, I'm going to have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. I'll get really wound up, you know, my delicious little babies. And then you've got, like, you know, on different videos. Okay, so let's go on to something else. So you've got on, you're right. Oh, God bless me neighbours, the allotments. God bless them. Sorry, I do get distracted, my delicious little babies, yes. And of course, well, I flipping forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, yes. So what I'm saying is, let me just go back to this a minute. So what I'm saying is, right, when nobody gives a damn, then, right, about anybody's health, right, this is a time where everybody should stand, there we go, together, tell them to F off very nicely, that their services are certainly not required, okay, and leave us globally to get on with our own business instead of them thinking that they can flipping parent us, right, and interfere in our lives. And that is what I have to say about this. Now then, changing the subject, yes, I remember what it was now. There seems to be, okay, a lot, and I am going to mention this, okay, my delicious little babies, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm standing up for our England, right? At the end of the day, it's like, this is, see what it is, this is the putrid governments in our UK, right? So we need to get this very flipping correct and straight, right? At the end of the day, they're the ones who are creating all of the problems, yes? And then, of course, you have others, which I will not say, but you have others, you know, on other platforms and things like this, yes, where, you know, oh, you know, the English, oh, you know, we're doing this and that. It is not the English. So we need to get this straight. It's our putrid and poxy effing governments who are doing this. It is not us, ourselves, who is doing this. Because they have allowed themselves to be ruled by we know who. Do you see what I'm saying, to my delicious little babies? Notice how bright it is. Thank you, my delicious baby spirit. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? It is not us personally. But it seems to me that an awful lot have a lot to say about the flipping English, don't they? Well, I'm standing up for us English. Do you see what I mean? And not only that, not being nasty, but others do not mind coming to England, do they? So if we're such bad creatures, little creatures, then why would anyone even want to come here? That's a question, isn't it? I've said it months ago on other videos. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes? It pees me off. There's nothing wrong with us. We're actually really lovely. I mean, okay, you get the odd ones in society, like you do in any society. globally, you know, where, you know, they're most unsavoury. Do you know what I'm saying to you? But again, it could be a number of issues, mental health, or maybe their upbringing for some of them. Do you know what I mean? Going through all these different things. But for most, we're really lovely here in England. Yes, we are. So I'm just not having it. Do you know what I mean? It's like they point the finger at us. Well, I was listening to another video this morning, right? And actually, this man, not in that way, right? But this man, he talks about all history and things like this, okay? And, he's very much a historian, okay? And he made a flipping point here. Yes, he did. Okay? That at the end of the day, right, for us, and especially in the war, okay, in England, right, many decades ago, right, we never ran to other countries. You know, our dear loved ones who, God bless their beautiful dear little souls, who passed away, you know, who are either in armies or things like this, or RAF and things. He was absolutely done telling it. You know, our dear loved ones, and there'll be thousands of others out there who have to agree with me on this. If they choose not to, then they choose not to. They must have missed a little bit out somewhere in history. But the fact of the matter is, our dear loved ones, okay, never flipping ran to other countries when we're in terrible situations. Do you see what I mean? We stayed with our feet firmly on the flipping ground. But what is happening with others? I mean, God bless, I'm not talking about, you know, dear who've come from genuine war zones. God love them and God bless them. They shouldn't even have that in their own countries, God bless. I'm not talking about those delicious dear little babies, no, okay? What I'm talking about, right, is where it just seems that all and sundry can just come into our flipping UK, do as they flipping damn well please, right, mix everything up. Do you know what I'm saying to you, yes? And who's behind it now? And then we got Rishi Sunak, and like I said, I'm not a racist. And anyway, anyone who knows me knows I'm not. But he doesn't give a shite about us in our country. No, he flipping damn well does not. Just like that flipping bat, what's her flipping name? Suella flipping Braverman. So you got her and flipping Kermit the Frog, Sunak. Do you see what I mean? They couldn't give a shite. So we need to flipping get this damn well straight. Just all they do is take the complete flipping effing pee, and it pees me off. Do you know what I mean? And mixing the business with that flipping, what's his name? The one with the flipping begging bowl, flipping Zelensky. Do you know what I mean? Parading themselves, hugging each other, sorry. Do you know what I mean? The whole lot's flipping putrid. We should not be having the likes of these pieces of shite running our flipping country. Mind you, when we look at other ones like that poxy flipping Tony Blair, poxy flipping David Cameron, all of them putrid pieces of shite. And if we had more of the beautiful weather, then there'd be very few even going abroad. Do you see what I'm saying, to my delicious little babies? Now, please do not get me wrong. You know, I've been abroad many times, and, you know, I've seen very different cultures of how different man and woman in their countries, that they do things, how they do things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that I have not had pleasant holidays. I've had pleasant holidays, okay? And when you're looking at the way things are now, you know, where they do everything in their power, okay, to stop others from travelling, which of course, you know, with some man and woman, that sort of thing upsets them. Do you know what I mean? Because they just love to travel. You see, but if we had more of the sunshine and everything like this, well, others would want to, in our own country, would want to, there we go, for even say, want to go and explore other parts of our country. But it's like we were sort of, again, it's like you have this drummed into you, like you would see it on, you know, the box in the corner of the room about holidays, and everything was to stop us English from doing things in our own country. There we are. And then, of course, what they've been doing for flipping decades, you know, them buying things in from other countries. I'm not saying that it didn't help, you know, but again, it's like they're helping other countries instead of our country. There we are. So if others disagree with what I've got to say, I'm a woman with a view, and I'll have my flipping damn well view. Yes, I will. I just believe that we're in a very mixed up situation, and we have been for a very flipping damn well, very damn well flipping long time. And this needs to stop. We want this to stop, but the only way it's going to stop is that we put our bloody damn well flipping foot down. And we say, no, no, no. Do you see? Because you see, getting back to the WHO now, the World Health Organisation, got nothing to do with flipping effing health. No, it has not. So you can't let this carry on. That means they can just lock things down whenever they damn well feel like it. As if it didn't flipping mess others, God bless the beautiful dear souls, others' lives and mans up the last time. Had nothing to do with damn well health. Look how many flipping billionaires it flipping made. I just feel others need to flipping start waking up, God bless. I mean, I know that some are, God bless you all. Do you know what I mean? Who are? Do you know what I mean? Because, I mean, it's a very hard figure of speech. It's a very hard pill to swallow. Yes, it is. But this is a fact of life. This is what's going on. And we must do something about this. This cannot continue. Not by any stretch of the imagination, no. And just got to say something just to cut this a moment. You know who's been walking around all flipping damn week? These Jehovah's Witnesses. Do you see what I mean? They're out with the flipping begging bowls, aren't they? But then what happens is that they get the, you know, a lot of their, and if they work and things like this, oh, I know all about the flipping Jehovah's Witnesses. Oh, yes, I flipping damn well do, okay? And, of course, they give a large part to their church, which we've seen in the flipping decades, haven't we? How much others have given to their church. And don't start me on that flipping Pope, that piece of shat. And I do not care if anybody feels offended. Well, you know, I'm sorry that you feel offended, but I'm not going to change my words. Look what he's doing. He's not giving a damn about the, you know, that dear soldiers are passing away. Well, in fact, he doesn't give a damn about anything. And anyway, there was one of them popes, I forgot his flipping name now, where somebody, you know, they just wanted to, I can't remember. Anyway, I can see it in me mind, okay, me man's eye, but I cannot remember his name. But, you know, he shoved somebody's hand out the way. And he was supposed to be another caring perp. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Others have got to wake up now. There we are, to what this damn well is. And like that Pope, yes, absolutely flipping true. And I heard another video yesterday. The Pope doesn't seem to be caring much that churches are getting burnt down in Ukraine and all these things. Oh, no. That Pope's not worried about that, is he? Anyway, you just look at the faces, look at the birth traces of most of these. You know, you could just see the wickedness all over their birth traces. Just wicked and putrid. They put on their little flipping costume. Do you see what I mean? Do this, do that. Do you see what I'm saying? But behind closed doors, The pieces of filthy, dirty scum and shat. So I believe in my own God. Do you know what I mean? And dear Jesus Christ, God bless, you know, he was a healer. Do you see what I'm saying? But of course, ones like the WHO, World Health Organization, right? And anything like this, yes, they're not interested in healers and, you know, ones who can make others better. No. Because it's not helping with ka-ching, pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change. Do you say? Okay. Oh, and I heard as well the other day. Okay, this could be right, it could be wrong. It's only what I heard, only what I heard. But, you know, when, what's his name? Andrew Bridgen. When Andrew Bridgen, you know, to put a stop to this with the young little babies, you know, being, you know, jab, 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 jibby jabbed, injected, God bless them, and then up to the age of 5. Well, he managed to do something for a time, but I do believe, according to what I'd heard, only what I'd heard, that, oh no, our putrid flipping governments in our old UK, no. Well, it seems they're not liking that, are they? So they're still wanting to go ahead with this. Perfectly healthy, God bless the beautiful dear little souls, perfectly healthy little babies and little young bairns who are perfectly healthy. And if there was to have something like that injected into them, how many, God bless the beautiful dear little baby souls, how many would flipping survive? I just get really peed off, my delicious little babies. I can have a laugh and I can have a jerk, okay? I'm just one of those types of women where, you know what I mean, I can have a laugh and a jerk. Do you know what I mean? Mind you, I suppose in my decades, I've always ended up with, you know, in a relationship, I've always ended up with somebody opposite to me, somebody who's flipping way too flipping serious. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and sometimes that can flipping bring you down in itself. Do you see what I'm saying? But I can have a flipping laugh and a jerk. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes, but not when it comes to flipping things like this. Everybody's got to start to, there we are, to flipping stand up now and say we're not having this chat. You know, and you need to please look at this Dr. John Campbell. Just need to please look at it and thank you. I mean, he just even said himself, you know, there's that many pieces of flipping paper. Do you know what I mean? Of all these rules that they want to put onto us globally. How flipping effing dare they? Do you know, it really gets me flipping mad, this does, my delicious little babies. Yes, it flipping damn well does. None of this should be flipping happening, you know. And God bless, we can only flipping hope and pray that the parents do not allow the little babies and little young bairns. I don't know. I mean, you're hearing more now about changing the subject again. You know, it's all to do with antibiotics. Well, I did a video months ago, okay, and I was talking about when there was he was a farmer. I forgot where it was now. Flipping forgot where it was, because it was months ago when I did this video, my delicious little babies, yes? Where, you know, the beautiful dear little cow, God bless, never done it on purpose, but not the farmer. And of course, you know, because the farmer, you know, injected into antibiotics into, you know, some of the cows, you know, to stop them from being poorly or whatever it is that they do, okay? And with other things. But it accidentally, this very large, went into the farmer's leg instead. I did a video on it months ago. There we are. Just like I'm talking about water. I did that months ago. Do you see? There wasn't one view for that. Do you see? Something as important as water. Do you see? And yet you do not even get a view. Look at that. Do you see what I'm saying? But that doesn't bother me, because you got thousands upon thousands of other videos for others to look at. You know, they've probably got, I would say, a much larger, you know, fan base, shall we say. Okay, so there's no issue there. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, it's just what this really comes down to. I just feel that there are so many out there, God bless, because we have to say that they're just not wanting anything, very sadly, to interfere with the laugh that they know. There we are. No. Do you see? And this is the terrible shame of it all. And this is why these and the putrid little lackeys have got, there we are, got away with everything what they have. Just have another sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I've done videos on salt. I've done videos on all different things. Do you see? Where they kept telling everyone, oh, you know, salt's bad for you. I've known a long time. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes? Yes. There we are. Yeah. Do you see? And then, of course, there was the other one, wasn't there? I did another video months ago to do with cholesterol that they kept telling everyone, oh, you got cholesterol problems. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? When there's no such thing as flipping damn well cholesterol. No, there isn't. But do you see how these have been operating? Mad delicious, there we go, little babies out there. I know that for some of you probably just think, oh, she's, you know, she's like a little flipping Rottweiler every day, you know, she's having a... No, what I'm doing is I'm pointing things out so that for other delicious little babies out there who would show the slightest amount of interest, okay, and what's really been damn well flipping going on. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? It's very flipping damn well serious, this is. Very flipping damn well serious. You know, I've talked about in the other videos as well, I've talked about GMO, I've talked about, there we are, talked about different things over the months. Do you see what I'm saying? But of course, when you got others, God bless, who, you know, they simply just do not want to see. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? They're just not wanting to see. And I'll say it once again, it's very sad that we're living in a world where, yes, we've got, it's not sad that we've got our ones, God bless, who are fully awake. I'm talking about the other delicious little babies who very sadly are not awake to this. Do you see, my delicious little babies that you are? Yes? It's like they just do not want anything to interrupt their laugh. Do you see? But I would certainly now, this is just myself personally, okay, going on to something else. I'd be very reluctant to travel abroad. Of course, I've mentioned about pilots. I've mentioned about, there we are, many things. I'd be very reluctant to do it. I mean, I know that I've still got to go to one place. I have. But anyway, there's been flipping riots after riots there. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes, sometimes it's best to keep out of the way of those sort of things, okay? But the fact is, because I just flipping end up myself getting flipping locked up in a different country, do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes, so that wouldn't really help myself at all. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes. But of course, you know, when everything calms down, maybe later in the year. But I'd be very reluctant to go anywhere else. That's just my choice. My delicious little babies, you know. I just feel like, you know, they've just said over the years. See, when your eyes are open, yes, and you see things, do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? It's like they just did not want us, you know, England, they just did not want us to flourish. Do you see? But I've said it before, and I'm going to repeat it again. I mean, at the end of the day, we do not need to go and buy all these things from other countries. We've got our own. Do you see that? Yes. Do you see? And that flipping Kermit the Frog, flipping Rishi Sunak, letting everything flipping rot. in our fields, fruit and vegetables, that's another one. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies that you are? Do you see? And these are the ones who are supposed to be oh so caring about us. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? And then very lastly, before I leave my video, so for those of you out there, my delicious little babies, you know, I hope you've enjoyed the video. For those of you, you know, especially my delicious little babies who watch me all the time, God bless you and thank you. Because you get me, there we are, you get me, you know where I'm coming from here. Do you see? You see, the last thing I want to say, like, you know, Donald Trump. So I'm going to mention Donald Trump again. So, you see, at the end of the day, I mean, look at how many, look at how many voted for him. But of course, you know, they're still, you know, and then he's been accused of this, there we are, and then accused of that. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? I mean, really, when they're just going to flipping damn well give you damn well, man, a break. But of course, you know, they do not want, because what it is, they only want the scum and the scutters, like that flipping Biden. And he's been as corrupt to the flipping hilt for flipping decades. See, that's what they want, you see. They want their circle. And that's why, and I said on another video, if you look at how old, you know, they haven't, like, they're old, they're really, really old. Like another one, that George Soros. I mean, he had his fingers in the pies of, when was that up to? That's got to be now 3.5 years ago. Up until that point, 250 businesses. You see? And that flipping putrid flipping Soros, he was the one who funded for all the riots to happen in America. Oh, I've since seen, actually. When was that now? Not so long ago. When was that? Because one of Soros's businesses was, what's it called? I actually get it in my spam. Bed and Bath. It's called Bed and Bath. And what was happening with that? I do believe, yeah, because I read up on it. There we are. That business was folding. Do you know what I mean? I think, I could be wrong, mind you, I did see this some days ago now, okay? My delicious little babies, only what I read, okay? It wasn't on a video, it's what I read, yes, okay? Something just made me. And I think it's bankruptcy. So, you know, I mean, it may have changed, I do not know. But what I'm saying is, that's what these do. And then they live out to, I don't know, flipping 102. I keep saying 102. And then they live out to flipping 102, don't they? Because they're just got to keep them working. There we go, working. I said it before. Do you see? Because they have to keep the putrid shat, the scum, you know, running different countries. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? To a ripe old age. Do you see? Because anybody knew who comes in. And of course, I still say to this day that if Donald Trump, if he had just been allowed, okay, yes, I've said it before and I'm going to repeat it again. Yes, he did, make a few mistakes, you know, but of course, you know, he clearly, let's just say, did not always have the right, you know, your men there we are around him, which we could see as an outsider looking in, you could see. But, you know, the one thing that I will always say is what I did love about our Donald Trump, because I do think he's so hilarious at times, you know. I mean, he has got a good personality. That's just my view. Do you know what I mean? But I still say he would just be better off just sticking to being a businessman and just not having all this shat. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but I just think with him now, I think this is more about principle now. There we are. That's what I reckon it is anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because what it is, they're constantly flipping, put him down and done all these nasty things to him. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yes. But I genuinely believe if he would have had all of the rats around him, Well, I just believe it would have been a very different story. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes. But he was done telling, and he just told everybody the way it is, that the putrid flipping media, them piece of shit, are flipping fake. There we are. And he was just done telling it. Do you know what I mean? And of course, he's known for years anyway. I mean, 'cause he's been in the odd little clip of a film here and there. Well, I think the one was a Home Alone, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure it was Home Alone. No, it wasn't. Or was it? I think it was Home Alone. But my point is, I mean, throwing things at him, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, he's done this, he's done that. Do you see? And the way I see it is, those and the putrid little lackeys, to me, this is pure fear. There we are. It's pure fear, isn't it? Do you see? Because they simply, if somebody like Donald Trump got in, there we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, then they know he would do things another way. Do you see? And not the way that they like to do things. Do you see? Which is totally corrupt. Okay, and then when they're not doing that, it's like, I've said it before, I'm going to repeat it again, it's like a mafia. That's what we're dealing with. Do you see? It's like, you must just put up and shut up, there we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? That's what you're dealing with. It's like a small little mafia. That's what this is. There we go. Thank you, my beautiful, dear little spirit. God bless you. Do you see? So, and of course, that's why I believe that they're so worried, and that's why they keep throwing all these things at Donald Trump, yes? Do you see? But I just feel that with he, this is purely flipping, it's gone beyond anything else now. This is flipping principle. Do you know what I mean? Just keep doing all these things to him. I mean, you see, what it is, he's a man, isn't he? So naturally, he's going to get mighty peed. There we are, mighty peed off. And this is what's happening, isn't it? But for him to run again, I personally, I mean, I still believe that he'd have his supporters, but at the same time, I just think that to have that role is too much of a headache. It's just a figure of speech, my delicious little baby. It's just too much of a flipping headache. Do you know what I mean? I mean, really, myself personally, I said it before, I'm going to say it again, get rid of all the scum. Because the realisation is, even if somebody goes in and they want to do a really good job, it's only a matter of time before either somebody's bought or they've got to tour the land with we know who. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So in the end, for all the good that somebody wants to do, well, it just does not get out to their man and woman out there. That's simply the way it is. Do you see? So really, just need to get rid of all of them. Because I've said it before, I'm just going to keep saying it. They're no good. None of them are any good. That's not being nasty. I mean, like I said, I like Donald Trump, but I just believe he'd be better, not in that way, not in that way, but he'd just be better as a businessman, like I said before. Do you know what I mean? But I just would just get rid of all of them, globally. And I genuinely, yes I do, I genuinely believe that we can all find a way to govern to govern ourselves and our own countries. Do you see? And one of the things that I would put at the top of our list for our old UK is to stop buying in from other countries, okay? Because I genuinely feel right now that the other countries, which they are for most, do you know what I mean? I mean, they've got much better roads than us in most of the other countries. Whereas we've got nothing but flipping, which I've known a long time. And I did used to actually experience it with my own little brums, cars, wheels, the old potholes and all these things. Do you know what I mean? It's been going on for decades. There we are. It's been going on for decades. Nothing new there. Do you see? But yet other countries are having all beautiful roads. I've said it before. Do you see? They were thriving, whereas our UK was suffering. That's just the way I see it. I mean, others may disagree with what I'm saying, but you've got certain other countries who are thriving. Do you see? It's true. I'm only speaking the truth, and dear God, I haven't done that for a long time. Dear God, Jesus Christ Nazareth, love sorry the flipping truth. Do you see? We need to be looking after our own and our country, you know, and absolutely right. You know, once you stop buying in and then others start to, you know, and then they say, no, we're not going to be doing this. We want to grow things, or, you know, however. We've talked about this for such a long time, right? If we was to just do things another way, we wouldn't need any other country, because we'd be more than capable of doing things in our own country. But of course, when you've got others who are changing the, you know, with the zazum, do you see? So that we cannot, you know, would take twice as long, shall we say. That's why they use these other things on, do you see what I mean? To grow things. It's all, to me, it's all common sense, isn't it? Do you see? But if we had, like, you know, super duper beautiful weather, and that's what I'm just going to say once more, then we wouldn't, you know, feel a need to have other things from other countries, because we could just grow our own. Do you see what I'm saying? That, you see, so much has changed. Do you know what I mean? And that's why, you know, when you've got the beautiful and wonderful little elderly, oh, God bless them, you know, for most, you know, because, you, like I say, I mean, you do get, you know, whether you're younger, whether you're middle-aged, or whether you're older, you know, you're always going to get, you know, the odd one. But for most, you know, but they would tell you about how life used to be. My beautiful, oh, I love my beautiful dear Nana and Grandad. Well, my beautiful dear little Nana, she used to tell me about, you know, decades ago, do you see what I mean? And how it was all different then, yeah, compared to what it is now. And how they've destroyed all for ka-ching, pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change, it seems. Do you see, my delicious little babies? That's all I've got to say. I've got nothing more to say today. But yes, they've mixed everything up, haven't they? But of course, that's what they wanted, you know. They wanted everybody, you know, from all different, you know, to come into different countries, which we know what ends up happening, don't we? I've known, there we go, long time. You know, of course, you're going to have one mixed with another. This is how it goes, isn't it? And I've got, you know, nothing against any man or woman. No, I do not. But you can see, but it's gone on for so long. Do you see? And I genuinely believe that others will just get used to it. But what's happened now, I mean, you're getting a lot more who are speaking up about this, who are just saying, well, no, we do not want this, that and the other overrunning our country. Nobody wants it. And that's why it will stop. There we are, it will stop. Because in the end, like I said, there's going to come a, there we are, breaking point. There's got to be a breaking point with everything. But for those of you out there, my delicious little babies, you know, if you know somebody who's constantly watching the old box in the corner of the room, well, please, you know, if you can, just give a very nice suggestion for them to look at other videos, you know, so they can learn. Do you see? Because they ain't going to learn nothing with the box in the corner of the room. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And that's for a fact. And it's because of those putrid pieces of shit, the media, with the box in the corner of the room, that's flipping caused this flipping shit over the decades. And who pays them? Do you see? So it's all about waking up, isn't it? Wakey, wakey, wakey. Anyway, so that's my video, my delicious little babies. So I'm just going to close my book and I'm just going to, I've ticked everything off. Close my book, that's it for today. So that's my views, thoughts. And yes, I've had a moan. And why not? you know, more and more and more should do the same. Do you say? But to be perfectly honest with you, you know, it's and one more thing, it's like when others have gone to other countries, you know, they moved out to other countries. Well, they moved out to the countries, number one, for the weather, okay? But, well, and in some cases, I suppose, to dodge the tax man. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it does happen, isn't it? I'm just done saying it. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but I would be very myself. Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, they just abandoned the country for whatever reason. Do you know what I mean? Well, we know the reasons. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But me personally, I do not believe that any country should abandon their own, you know, man and woman should abandon their own countries. No? That's just my thoughts. I mean, unless, like I said, you've got really difficult situations where, say, they're, God bless them, where they've been, their home's been bombed and everything like this, yes, which of course should never happen, should it? But again, this is to do with the ka-ching, pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change. So we come back to it again, circle, circle, circle. You know, but really, life should never have been this way. We should all just be able to live very happily in our own countries. You know, others should have not felt the need to go to a different country, you know, just to have a better, you know, way of living in one way or another, whether it is financial or whether it's because of the heat or, do you know what I mean, to do with the health, or do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Everybody should be able to just live happily. But because of we know who, flipping effed everything up. Yes. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So, at the end of the day, we should just see. But they've still got that to do with the old travelling. And they'll do whatever they can. And you've still got other countries, God bless them, where, you know, it's just an empty beach, isn't it? There we are. Do you see what I mean? When really it should be, you know, for those holiday makers who, you know, like to go. Do you know what I mean? It should... Do you know what I'm saying? It should be much fuller, shouldn't it, than what it is? So God bless them, but they've been suffering as well. Businesses in other countries have, there we are, had to close down. Do you see? Because of we know who. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? Anyway, so that's the video. So until my next video, please give a pat on the back, a shake of the old hand to some family, some friends or some work colleagues. Please tell them that they're super duper wonderful, super duper juicy and super duper delicious, okay? And that you love them so, okay? And please continue to lift the vibration, because we are in a bonkers and crazy world at this time, okay? My delicious little babies. So, I mean, sometimes you have to laugh about things, but I'm not laughing about things like this now. Do you know what I mean? But just cannot keep blaming flipping England for everything. I refuse. Do you know what I mean? And we are nice here. We're super duper nice. Do you know what I mean? Okay? Like I said, you're going to get some in our UK, sorry, who are, for whatever reason, not very sociable with others, okay? But for most, we're really super duper lovely here. Do you know what I mean? And whoever I've met who's been of a different culture or, do you know what I mean? They've always said, oh, you know, there we go. Thank you, my beautiful little spirit. They've always said, oh, you know, you're really nice. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But it's just that what it is. Others want to say that we're flipping bad here and I'm not liking it. Do you know what I mean? I get on with all different cultures. And so for most, in fact, we're very accommodating here. In England, I would say flipping far too flipping accommodating over the decades. But that's my thoughts. And no, I'll say once again, I'm not racist. I'm not prejudiced. Anybody who knows me knows this. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking about the ones who, you know, they slate us, they put us down, but they don't mind living here. That's the ones who I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Yes, I'm not talking about others who, you know, they make their home, or the parents made the home, and, you know, and it's their home like it's my home. Do you see what I mean? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a certain amount who, you know, forever flipping putting us down. Do you know what I mean? Well, if they do not like, well, then they know what to do, don't they? You know, they do not have to be part of our society, because who wants negativity like that? But this is everything what's been happening, and this is, like I said, it's been going on a long time. So, you know, we just want to stop to all this shit. But I will always defend my where I come from, England. I will always say we are defended, and everybody in it. Do you know what I mean? Because we're not bad at all. We're very nice, we're very accommodating, and we're very kind. Yes, we are. And that's what I stand by. So until the next video, thank you once again for taking time to listen. God bless. Thank you. Much love. Bye-bye.